Hey guys, how you doing tonight? We're looking at the Labor Day of 2021, September 6th, 2021, and what do we look? It's Monday. It's almost Central Time. It's 11:35 Central, Monday, September 6th, guys. I want to talk to you about a stock that came across I say my desk. I don't want to sound like I'm rocking with the desk, but it it, it popped up on Investors Business Daily for me, and I want to show it to you. Iron Mountain Inc. And what they do, they're a data protection company, records management. They're also a REIT, REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. And one of the key things that caught my attention is that information destruction services. I'm bullish on data. I love data. I love companies that pull in data. Of course, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, j- any of the big companies, Robinhood. Yeah, Robinhood. A lot of data. Uh, what's my other one? Coinbase. So, what do we do with the data when it's used up or has lost its usefulness? We need information destruction services. So I like the chart. I like what this company provides. I like the also if anybody's a yield hunter, likes dividends, this company has provided a dividend, or their dividend is four times the market average. So I think their yield is 5%, 61 cents quarterly, or about $2.47 yearly per share. And let's go down the IBD, just the checklist. And everything checks off what I do like, the accumulation distribution A minus. So over the last 14 weeks, institutional ownership has increased. I think over the last 7 quarters, institutional ownership has picked up as well. So I don't want to go too deep into that. Just do your research, do your own due diligence. I'm looking at building a position in it. I'm really in the process of building that case in a positive sense. So when I say that, due diligence or building a position, I would dollar cost average into it. I think it closed at $49.38. So I mean, $50 a share. That's something that kind of there's a comfort level there for me. So let's take a look at the chart. But we'll look at a few other things. But I do like IRM, and it's one of the leaders in its particular sector, and the sector or the industry that it's in. Document Management Group. That's Investors Business Daily lists them under that. They might be listed in another location. But I tell you what, let's go here. Let's go to Yahoo Finance. And do me a favor, guys. If you're watching this, like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends so I can do more of these. And let me know what you think if you want to see any other particular stocks to get evaluated. I'm primarily um, I'm not a fundamental investor. Well, I'm a fundamental investor, but I'm a trader by heart. So I'm a technical analyst, man. I look at the charts, but I also like to get the narrative. So let's take a look at IRM, and let's see which companies, if smart money or big money's moving into it. What I do, I'm here. Let's make sure we're got it, and we're going down here to holders and see who holds this. So insiders low, but 81% of the shares are held by institutions. The float is heavily held by institutions. So we have Vanguard, BlackRock, Capital World, State Street, some big names in there, guys. Big names. Top mutual fund holders as well. And I'm very bullish to this company. So I'll tell you what, let's take a pause and we'll move forward, guys. But thank you for joining us. This JD, the Mobile Trader Network, and we'll keep rocking. One sec. All right, family, we are back at it. We are looking at the SPY right now, but I'm going to pull up IRM's chart. Just talking about IRM. Here we go. Hope everyone had a great Labor Day. But bullish trend. The purple line is the 50 simple moving average and 50 period simple moving average. and basically we're holding a bullish trend. Came back in June, hung out around the 50 in July, just pretty much consolidated right there, and that was a nice buying opportunity for a group of people in there, and it broke out, had a breakout in the 12th of August. So we're looking at it was a cup and handle and just a breakout from that. But what I need, if you're trying to trade this, it's not a trade for me. I see a pullback to these levels, to the 47, even down to 40, 47, more support right above 46. So, and when I say support and resistance, guys, it's not an exact number. We're looking at an area, at a space. If I would do it right here, you could have your demand zones, give or take. Really, the one that's really the strong demand zone, right below 45, right above 44, right in there. There's a gap that will most likely be filled at some point. Let's see what the high is on that. 44.25, the low 44.30. So there's a chance we come back down and retest this level, but a lot of buying was down here. We had some bullish momentum with the volume increases right there. Some volume increases right here as well. Hanging man, this is, I can't remember the exact name for this reversal right there, but this is a reversal candle. It's not a guarantee it's going to go back down right now, but we're setting up. We're setting up for a potential. There was bullish, when I say bullish, and a big time spike in the volume and kind of drained a little bit, a little bit. It ran back up just a tick, but we're having selling pressure. We're overbought. We're at the top of a run. If I keep it at that angle, I mean, that's a really bullish run, an exhaustive run. So I'm looking for that pullback to retest these levels. I might wait to get in. I might even wait before to see if it fills the gap. But I'm bullish on this company. I like what it stands for. I like what we looked at from the Investors Business Daily outlook on that. So Iron Mountain makes my long term buy and hold. And also the thing about that, what I do like is that that dividend. Now there is one option that caught my attention on Iron Mountain. It was a leap. And if we want to wait a little longer, we can wait till the January 2024's come out. I think September 14th. Shout out to Brian Dillard. Just shout out to Mo Jax, my boy, my bro. Uh, right here, let's take a look at this leap that I was looking at. It was the 55 strike. 425 open interest. I mean, people haven't flooded into this yet, which is fine because we're so far away. We have 501 days to expiration, and we're looking for it to be in the money, $55 to be in the money. So we're looking almost a year and a half to well over a year and a half to get there, which is great. Or even the 60. Delta is 22 there. Delta's 33 on this. I'm comfortable with these two. And I don't want to go too deep in the money on a leap. I'd like to just kind of buy out of the money, but not go crazily out of the money. But the one I'm leaning towards is that 55. So not a buy, sell, or hold, but something that I'm looking at considering. All right, as we move forward, guys, let's talk about what I was looking at on. I was checking out the Wall Street Journal, and this is what was popping up for me. I like to do the headline, just like a headline grab. But the first thing that got my attention was Didi, the Chinese ride hailing company. The Chinese government is buying a stake in Didi, which not to say that it's a buy, sell, or hold, but I'm bullish on Didi. I like the fact that they are the largest ride hailing company outside of the United States. There are some other reasons, but I was not running from that big sell off, the big scare early on. And so I built a position and I'm still building a position in that. And I love the fact that I'm a data hound and they have a lot of data. So I'm bullish on that, but I'm trying to look for that article right there. After punishing Didi, China eyes stake in it. Okay, cool. Let's go with it. It's something that keeps, you know, I'm if the government, and either the government's just gonna, I don't think they're gonna let it fail from that standpoint. But who knows? It's not a buy, sell, or hold. But I like the fact that it was under $10. When it was under 10, I was grabbing shares. Next one. Apple postpones scanning for illegal content. I don't know what that's gonna do to the short term stock price. Long term, bullish Apple. Eh, Data, big time data. They have data on everybody. It's in our pocket. They're probably recording this right now. What's up? What was it? It's not Jobs. It's my guy Cook, Tim Cook. So let's go to the next page. Now, this was on Bloomberg. It's about Pfizer. Fauci made the comment about Pfizer. It should be the one that the booster that everyone should go with. Who knows what it's going to do? Is it going to make it a bullish pop for upcoming days? I don't know, but it's something to keep our eyes on. Um, let's see. It faltered. It pulled back. Moderna was the hot stock that moves. Moderna moves a great deal. Now, if you guys are trading biotechs, I really think when you trade a biotech, over the short term, it's a coin flip, and it's almost a lotto play. So, I mean, not to say that there's not a spot in our portfolios or in our I don't know, in our chest for lotto plays, but don't we can't predict what's going to happen on approvals or how the street will react to an approval or just like look at Cassava. Cassava got positive news on the Alzheimer's. The next day they read it as negative news, and a day later it was positive. So over the short period of time, it I really think that volatility comes out to be like a gambling lotto play. But over the long haul, I'm bullish biotech. I'm very bullish on anything that has to do with the innovation in that space, CRISPR therapeutics, anything gene editing anything that's controversial that's going to push us forward. I'm bullish on it. Let's see what I like. Also, in the biotech area, it was that's it. AVTR. That's how I wanted to look at from the standpoint of if we are just so stuck on biotech, I mean, Mo Jackson and I wrote that was our first stock scouting report over a year and a half ago. Was on the biotech sector. IBB was one of the looks that if we want to encompass everything, but this company right here is sells tools, equipments, and chemicals to perform clinical studies. Clients include top 10 pharma companies. So the Investors Business Daily rating is 99 on this company. The price is it's not gonna kill us. It's not at 386 like a Regeneron or something. It's something to investigate. It's number one in this group, medical research and the equipment side of it. That's how I like to play the biotech side of things. It doesn't matter if the company wins approval, FDA approval, or is denied, or any. You still need the equipment, the research equipment, and that's what I like about this particular company. So, perform the due diligence on it. I had some notes on AVTR. I think I like the chart, but it's more so just the fact that these ratings are very strong on IBD. Let's take a look at if any institutional investors are rocking with Avantor. I go down to holders, make sure we're showing the right screen. Look at that. 93.69% of the shares are held by institutions. Heavily supported by institutional money. And the big names in here, BlackRock. Let's see if State Street's in there. It doesn't matter, but American Century, Boston, New Mountain, Invesco, T. Rowe Price, AVTR makes my list, guys. That is this is there's something to pay attention to, guys. So let's just keep an eye on that. So what do we have? We had let me go back to this. Let's get back over here, and we're on Thinkorswim right here. AVTR. Look at that trend. And it does not hit the wide crazy dips of like a Saba. It this is and this is one of the comments that it was heard, the wide and loose patterns show a lack of conviction. When I say loose and wide, you have big rips, big sell-offs, dips. That's a nice W pattern, double bottom, bullish double bottom, breakout above the 50, ran up 140, sold off. It's like, I don't know, it's like a Richter scale, an earthquake, when it was seismometer or whatever, when we see just this thing is crazy. Bearish. Now that's a bearish, it's a bear flag going down, and it might, I don't, biotechs do not follow, they really don't follow technical analysis or fundamental over the short term. And they follow, there's a lot of fear and greed and a lot of uncertainty. So compare this to, let's see what mRNA is doing. mRNA, that chart is actually beautiful, but I still don't trust the biotech sides of things. But if you try to mess with one, that might be one. But I think it's gorging away from that 50. It might kind of retest that, but I don't know what the biotechs are going to do. But if I want to go back to Avantor, how strong of a trend do we need? This is. I started this one right here at this bullish, the bottom of this bullish candle. And I like to, I could, you don't have to have it perfect, but I want to let it touch at least twice or three times, but I have more than three touches, and that's a great trend, guys. And it's pulled away from the trend. It's pulled away, from the mean. It may revert back a little bit, but I don't really want to trade this. It's overbought. I'd prefer to build a position. That's something that I'm considering. I see. I don't know, guys. To trade it, it's not something that I know that I have a comfort level of trading. The ATR is 74 cents, but there is one option. There's a leap out there that I do like. It's a January 20th. January 2023, $55 call for AVTR. Where are we? Right here. And I went out of the, as far out as I could go. It's only 4 contracts right now. Open interest is very low. And IV is right in line. I like that 33 implied volatility. I do like the 28 delta. I'm comfortable with that to let it continue to creep up this options chain. Trading at $2 by 270. Watch the spreads. That's kind of a wide spread. We can split it in half, or we can go closer to the bid if we want. Not a buy, sell, or hold, but these are the two plays right now for me that I'm strongly considering, whether building the position in IRM with shares, which you can capitalize on that 5% yield, or say, 5% yield, and the $2.47 dividend. And then AVTR, how we can capture this excitement in the biotech. It's either you build shares, get you 100 shares at some point in time and sell covered calls, or we continue to work into it and move into it via leaps. and set your stops, guys. If you're willing to risk the entire 270, cool. Or you can say, I'm willing to risk 50% of that to try to make 100%. You have to establish your risk reward parameters in your time horizon. If you're buying shares, I'm want to get into this for a year, 5 years, 10 years, or 6 months. Establish a time horizon to where the short-term price swings will not, um, I don't know, it won't shake us out of fear. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, here's what happened. El Salvador purchased 400 Bitcoin today. And volume been crazy on that. Let's see what the 6 hour. Well, we'll go 4 hour. That's a bullish spike on that 4 hour, but there's Gravestone Doji up there. Gap, but I don't trade Bitcoin. I'm long Bitcoin. I'm bullish Bitcoin over the next 10, 20, 30, whatever, how many years. I'm bullish Ethereum. Treat it how you want. I watched this. I was looking at this gap for some time, but I don't know how Bitcoin reacts to gaps over the history. Let's go back. It's filled some gaps. It's filled some gaps. Bitcoin is running up into supply. We're coming up to an area of like, we'll see. This might be a sell-off area if we get up to like 54.2. So keep an eye on this area. I'm gonna set a little alert, and it's not anything scientific or with Fibonacci retracement, any of that. I'm just looking at some just a little bit of I don't know, just some traffic up above. So at or above, we'll go 54 flat just to give us a heads up. But are you guys bullish Bitcoin? What are your thoughts on that? Are you bullish crypto? I like Cardano. I like Ethereum. Anything that's going to be able to house data on that blockchain. I'm loving it. Bullish to SPY as well. I'm bearish on Ride on Lordstown. But look at the SPY, guys. That's a bullish channel for the longest time. Everybody's been trying to short the SPY. Shout out to Curtis on Clubhouse. He says when we're running up in a bull trend, we climb a wall of worry. Everybody's worried about that next pullback. Mark Douglas mentioned that when we're in a gain or we're in a positive setup, we're looking at every bearish tick because we want to know when to get out. When to get out because we're scared we're not going to be able to keep that gain. So, just something to study, guys. That was just a quick rundown today. Apple, I'm keeping an eye on Carvana, car dealerships. Their inventories are scant right now. The chip shortage is caused some issues. So let's keep an eye on that. You have restaurants closing a little bit early. Chili's in my area, they're going to shut down for 2 days out of the week. Wendy's, different places are starting to close at 9 o'clock. So there's a worker shortage and staff shortage. So I don't know how that's going to play into it. Eyes on the Delta variant. SPY's breaking out right now overnight. Let's see. I think if we can get the SPY above, we're in a little bit of limbo right now. But if you break above 454.05, this last week's high on Thursday, it's time for another run. But we get down below this one right here at 450.92, right in this little area. We might come back in here and tread a little water and look for another push back up. So just keep an eye on that, guys. I'm also watching the Russell IWM, and I'm using the ETFs, guys, because there's a little cap on this right now, guys. Russell's banging his head up at these levels, like at that 234, 235 level. And if we zoom in, There could be a push. This could be a setup for a run, guys. Russell is bullish above 228.97. So 229. What do we have right there? We knock the cap off of this too. We get above this 229.84. So 229, 230. The entry above 230 is a safer play. And the option for the IWM, and I'm going to put a stop. I'll tell you what a stop is in a second. And this would be just a quick play, guys. We're not looking at I'll look at the weeklies in a second, but this would be an in and out. This Bobby Brown in and out play. $230, because we're going to run into that. That's we enter at 230. So that, and it's a lot of action on this. Yeah, September 17th, 230 is a good play. I'm writing it down as we go. September 17th, 230. We have 46,000 plus open interest, which I do like to see. Delta's at 39 is right sniffing the, my low bar for my parameters, and 6,000 volume for the close on Friday. And the IV it was low IV. So we're not buying this from our option sellers. We're not, but they love high IV. They're up in there a little bit higher up if they're trying to sell, that kind of thing. But we're not buying it from the big time option seller. So that's the setup, guys. Now, if we get in above 230, the stop is at the bottom of this red can, this very small doji right here. So 227 is the stop. I'm writing that down. And that's a stop. That's a price level stop. If you get in on with an option, let's say you buy it. Where are we? You hop in it. Let's say you get in at $2. You say, I'm going to risk 50 cents, $50. I'm going to risk $1. I'm going to risk 50%, try to make 100. I might risk, or if you're really tight with it, you go, I'm going to risk 20% to make 40, 30 to make 60, 30 to make 35. You have to come up with that on your own, but set a stop. We can't just let it run to zero, because we're going to have 10 days expiration. This is a very short-term play. So don't take a chance now. If you want to go out a little further, you can pay a little bit more. And for that 230, it's still in this. You have a little bit more time. You're going to pay $456, give or take. The spread is tighter. IV is still in the same good amount of open interest. Don't start going down here, guys. Well, you have time. The delta is not that bad, but you got 38 days. But if you're going to do that, you don't go out of the money, crazily out of the money, just because there's $29,000 open interest down here at 235. Not enough days. If we get a pullback or something that unforeseen causes a hiccup in the game plan. So if we're on a short term, the time frame is just very, very short. We got to be sure to get ready to get out. So I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight, guys. Thank y'all for listening. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you a little bit later.